This is the NTSU Exec Elections
on Fly FM.
VP Community.
Right, so you're going for VP Community. What plans have you got if you make it as VP Community?
Okay, so basically I've got four main issues, and they are housing, so it's like housing finance, safety, volunteering and health. So I've got sort of detailed bullet points within those, but generally I think those are the main sort of community and welfare issues together. So it's sort of all around those specific areas.
What are your plans for next year if you get VP Community?
I just want to tackle issues that have either affected me or those around me and could have potentially made our experience at uni quite a lot worse. So like, for example, things to do with housing, like landlord issues. I think most students have had to deal with a lousy landlord, whether it's deposits or maintenance or things like that. So I think if we had facilities in place that could help improve and make other students like after us aware, then that could make that so much better. But that's just an example.
Explain to me some of your key points of your manifesto that you were really passionate about for next year.
Okay, so my first one is to do with finance. Finance, I want to bring housing deposits down and bring just general fees down. I remember in my first year I was paying something like 4,800, which has now gone up to 5,700. So I think that's really essential that they are brought down or frozen, so they're not increasing each year. And the next point with that is bring housing deposits down, because I think when people are in their first year and then they come to look for a house, they're going to sort of want to drop out if they can't afford the housing deposits. So it's quite sad that people have to do that for that reason. My safety is get an off-peak bus pass, so it's safer for students to get home after nights out. Also, I want to introduce self-defence classes. I think that's something they're already actually looking into now. My volunteering one is to just produce sort of like real experiences and real-world volunteering experiences to prepare people for their work. And then health, I want to introduce pop-up doctors at Brackenhurst and sexual health screening at Brackenhurst as well. And then I want to abolish mental health stigma. So,
what main points of your manifesto are you really passionate about?
Obviously, like I said, the housing. I mean, I really want to push to try and get a central forum on the union website, almost like a rate my landlord kind of thing. So then it's like accurate, up to date, and it's from the students themselves, and landlords don't have any control in the sense of they can take off the bad reviews and we don't all get conned. Also, like I said as well about lobbying for anxiety management, I really, really think that would benefit students just across the board. And also other things that I'm passionate about would be the student safety on a night out. So one of my key points of dealing with that would be to implement mobile phone charging in the cloakrooms. So you'd have like a ticket service where to get it, you'd have to bring your ticket and your N card, so you wouldn't be able to just take someone's phone. But it's just things around helping people and just improving the safety and well-being. I think that if we had anxiety and sort of like coping mechanisms that were sort of introduced through uni, that it would tackle sort of anxiety management and those that do suffer. And it would also benefit those, for example, like third year students that are trying not to tear their hair out. If we all knew a few basic things that could help us like manage and deal with our stress, it could make everyone's life so much better.
You said here that you've been lucky enough to embrace all aspects of student life.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have done like enough to give you the right skills that you're going to need for this?
Definitely. I think my experience that I've done at Trent is really quite key. So I've been part of a sports committee, like I said, part of a course committee. I've been on the volunteering committee for 3 years. I've done employability awards, all while sort of maintaining a good social life, doing my degree and also working part-time. So I think bringing those all in together, I've been able to see what the real issues are and understand what the issues are and how easy it is to fall behind, as well as from peers' experiences.
You've done a lot of fresher repping. You said you've been part of the buddy scheme. You've been the social sec for NTU boxing as well. Yeah. And you've put these down as sort of your strengths, as in, this is what I've done, this is why you should vote for me. But how do you think that these are going to help you for next year?
So I think it shows that I can work in a diverse situation. So you've got fresher repping, which is like fun, and it's sort of, hi everyone, here's uni, blah, blah, blah. And you are sort of acting almost as like their uni parents for that week, where you're making sure that they're okay. And then the buddy scheme, that's a more sort of serious setting where it's in uni and you're offering support to those that need it for their course. So it's just showing, and also like with boxing, it's such a big society. So to be able to successfully deal with that alongside those other things, I think it just shows that I could take a lot on at once and do it all really quite efficiently.
You're going up against Zaz Prosser.
Yeah.
What makes you different from her? What makes you stand out? Why should people vote for you over her?
I think people should vote for me generally because I know that I'm so motivated to do it, and I'm going to do everything for the students. So whatever the students want, I'm happy to do. So I'm open to suggestions, and I'm so passionate about the role with everything that I've done in my previous experience. So I really think that I could be the one for this role.
What do you think makes you stand out against Katie, who you're going against?
I think Katie, she's got a lot of strengths, and I think in some ways we're quite similar to each other, but in others it's more that my policies are very sort of passionate and personal to me. So I've got that drive that I actually really want to change it and make sure that they don't affect other people, and that, I mean, if I could make one person's experience at Trent better, that would be good for me.
Just remember that for all your candidates for VP Activities, VP Community, VP Education, VP Services and VP Sport, you can view all their manifestos online.
You can also have the option to reopen nomination for any of those categories. And for all the information about the candidates, please check out the Fly FM website and the Trent TV website.